Yeah,
now Fenerbahce saying, all right, you know what? We can match the LMS, and they might be able to get themselves a spot at that table as a #1 seed.
Once again, we see the Tristana priority alongside that Lulu. Very good AD carry support duo. A Syndra pick early on for Hong Kong Attitude. And Kalista still on the cards here, yeah. Zyrene. If HKA want it, they say not quite yet. We're going for the Galio instead.
Yeah, a lot of tankiness here. So the question is, do they lock in a jungler here for Crash? Or do they go for locking in a mid laner and matching the Syndra before counters can be taken away? Whoa.
That would be more aggressive. Nidalee in the jungle for Crash here, probably.
That would be very aggressive, but at the same time, double Ardent Sensor users could be on the table here. It is locked in, I believe. Yes, it is. Yeah. We're in the ban phase.
Yes, we are. Fenerbahce probably going to look towards those AD carry bans next. Kalista still there. Kog'Maw as well. You've got a composition that protects pretty well already from Hong Kong Attitude. So taking away those hyper carry AD carries can definitely do a lot of work.
Yeah, Kog'Maw, but there's also Xayah on the table, Kalista. There's not enough for you to really ban away all of them. You just have to kind of shift your preferences.
Makes a lot of sense. Fenerbahce looking towards a top laner and a mid laner left. So the Orianna ban against the Syndra, LeBlanc is something we've seen work well into it before as well.
Still a few other things that could be counter picks on the table. We'll see what Frozen has in mind, but Crash on an aggressive jungler. He made his name on aggressive jungling. We've seen him on the Gragas and Sejuani so far this tournament. Now we're going to get a little taste of what Crash was known for back on his debut in Longzhou, and also how he's been doing in the LSPL with Vici Gaming.
Last time Mission picked this Syndra, he had a very good performance. Frozen picked Orianna into it, isn't going to be able to do that this time, nor is his favorite pick Talia up. So we're going to see something new from Fenerbahce. Kalista banned out by them, which means we're probably going to see Xayah for Hong Kong Attitude as that final AD carry. Varus is an option as well, though.
Varus is the one that we see into Tristana if you want to win the laning phase. We just saw it beat Reckless. We just saw it over in the NALCS as one of the counters. I remember constantly Dignitas versus TSM. Varus is the preferred AD carry for the lane phase over up against the Tristana.
Well, that is going to be the lock as well. Tanky top laners at the moment for both the teams. We're looking towards that support finally for Hong Kong Attitude. Ardent Sensor is the way to go, it seems, but we have seen teams win without it, and maybe something like an Alistar, oh, that's already banned out, could work.
The Blitzcrank. Hong Kong Attitude in the game earlier today. The two bans against them in the second phase were Janna and Blitzcrank, and now Kaiwing has his hands on that champion.
Can work into Lulu especially. You're isolating that support. Thresh into Lulu is another matchup we see so commonly because you can just kill her again and again in the lane.
Yeah, and this is something that's not that great into Tristana if he buffers the rocket jump appropriately. But another champion that's quite a good matchup here is the Echo into the Syndra. Echo had received some buffs some time ago, phase dive, cooldown, etc. And so, once again, we're seeing him here, but this allows the 1-3-1 double teleport to come through from Fenerbahce and allow them the potential of playing the macro game a little bit better, but you have to watch for that pick. The Blitzcrank is a game changer.
So both teams have game-changing picks. The Echo into Syndra counter pick is something we see, well, we don't see as often, but we always talk about when you see a Syndra locked in earlier. The Blitzcrank into Lulu, so powerful as a nation match in a couple of days. Kind of corruption. Hook, Kawing's going to land it. Padden knocked back with the explosive cast. What a superb combo. But Padden with the barrier flash isn't going to quite be able to get away. Unified flashes in for the kill.
A fantastic flash forward from Unified. This guy has been so clutch for Hong Kong Attitude all tournament long. That was fantastic. The ultimate, it got buffered. Didn't matter.
Thought he was a little bit closer.
This is what?
As you say, the knockback, but the smite goes down. Crash secures it, dies straight away. Fenerbahce valuing the Mountain Drake more than their junglers.
Keep going down in cooldown, whereas the rocket jump stays at that 22-second cooldown. So there's 3-second gaps, 4-second gaps constantly. And now you have to worry about this Varus also throwing the ulti as well.
Chain of corruption. There's the root wild growth comes out at the start, but Padden caught out, taken down, Kawing. With the ultimate, secures another kill for HKA, and it's the bottom lane of Fenerbahce that's struggling once again.
Yeah, and this is what we were saying is, when coming into the tournament, this was not a very convincing bottom lane. And then they kept having these fantastic performances, the Kog'Maw, the 10 kills, the pentakill, insane from them. And now it's being exploited.
Godquai even steals away the Gromp. Crash has not been able to have the early pressure that he wanted. The kill onto him, and meanwhile the Nature's Grass is going to come out looking for the flank because Frozen is fighting Mission down towards the bottom side of this. Nature's Grass lands, but only on towards Godquai. He's knocked back. The body slam
Echo got him away. Echo's
Echo
flanking.
has got the Syndra away, and now the flank comes out. Pattern jumping in, jumping forward onto Unified, a kill onto the Lulu, but here comes Frozen, and this is the mid laner that needed to carry Fenerbahce. The pick that was left for him, the counter pick of this Echo. A great scat of the week for Mission, but Frozen is not done. He freezes Kaiwing in place and gets the kill for Fenerbahce.
And meanwhile, Rivers didn't have teleport. It's only 10 seconds away at the end of that fight. Didn't get in range to use the ultimate, decided to keep pushing, and that gets Fenerbahce back in the game. Gold onto Frozen, much needed gold onto Padden, and now Crash also picked up some himself.
Still a 2,500 gold lead for Hong Kong Attitude, though. It was an overpush. They thought they could catch out Crash. They thought they could get the kill.
Again.
And once again, Mirus has overpushed a little bit in the bottom lane. He's looking for this tower. It does have the hero's entrance, of course. Tholdren needs to try and lock him up if he uses that. The knockback with the Justice Punch, but I think Mirus is just trying to execute to the tower. Crash has now gone the other way. And here comes the shielded Duran from Mirus to try and keep himself alive as well. He cannot hero's entrance, as you say, because there's no one in range. So he's just trying to delay for as long as possible. Good Justice Punch into the flash. Crash with the chase. Crash still going. He can use that bush, of course, for the movement speed. Rivis realizes it, and Crash secures his second kill of the game.
Godquai, bro, where you at?
Hadn't happened in the top lane, and he got a couple of waves.
Oh, another root.
Chain into hook, into knockback. Explosive cask, explosive kill. Explosive early game here from Hong Kong Attitude.
I mean, sure, you have flash, you have barrier, you have ulti. It doesn't matter. Padden's just gonna get rocked.
But Fenerbahce can still play around this mid lane. The Nature's Grasp onto Mission does have the flash, but realizes there's nowhere to go. Once again, Tholdren gets the kill, and Frozen will be thinking, if only I had a couple more of these, I could get my Lich Bane, I could do a little bit more.
Yeah, test this, because it's a Blitzcrank. He's gonna hook people like over the wall here. It's gonna be, oh boy.
I mean, there are 2 stacks on the Tracker's Knife, there were 3 stacks on the Sightstone. But the control ward from Hong Kong.
But even walking up to place those is sometimes just too far.
Godquai is going to be able to get the engage. Tholdren is able to use the Twisted Advance. Frozen looking for the flank. Of course, doesn't have that ultimate. Still on cooldown. The engage from Godquai, the knockback. And they're looking through Japone. They take him down. Pattern with the kickback. Frozen trying to get on the backside of HKA as Crash up towards that top side. And that's it.
Oh, here comes Tholdren trying to make the play.
Nature's Grasp in. They know Rivis is on the other side of the map. Does have the teleport. Looking for the hero's entrance as well. The knockback onto Frozen as he jumps in. And there's Tholdren going low. The damage down onto that tree is monumental. And the unleashed power takes him down. Yelling Timber. HKA kill of the top laner of Fenerbahce.
Yeah, and Riri's TP'd in, so he's also...
Kawing is going to get caught by that, and Tholdren doesn't want the Blitzcrank, wants Unified instead. Goes in, here's the hero's entrance. Kawing flashes out. Explosive cast, not enough. Frozen doing work, but here comes the damage as Crash gets locked out at the backside. Riris in the front line, the stun lands, but Fenerbahce having to run for the heals as Pattern jumps the wall, and HKA have killed the tank once again.
And you're seeing this Galio be huge. The damage reduction, keeping Kaiwing alive, and then also Tholdren not really going really deep for Unified. Decides, no, I'm gonna go after Kaiwing. He's the one who's right there, but it just makes it so hard to actually pick him up with that damage reduction from the Galio. It's pretty disgusting. And it's kind of why they picked it early.
Teleporting by Frozen up towards the top side. He actually might get caught out a little bit here. Puts the parallel conversions down. Knows Riris doesn't have the shielded Duran. It's now back up as he jumps in. Does land the taunt. Godquai there as well with Kawing. And there comes the static field. The Zonya's used by Frozen. He does not have the Chrono Bake. He's trying to get out. Flashes the wall. And actually Mission just died to Pattern. He was caught out from the rest of his team. And now Frozen has the ult as well. Yeah. Parallel conversions is going to come out. He's going to jump back. There we go. Double kill as he jumps all the way in. The teleport coming out already. But Frozen's dead now. Unified goes down as he takes out Crash. Unified somehow survives. It's up to Pattern. He's on the back line. He's going to jump forward. I can sense it. Do it, Pattern. Be a man as he jumps all the way onto Godquai. The Righteous Glory Slow comes out, and Fenerbahce are turning this one all the way back around. The Nature's Grasp has already connected on Godquai. He's going to jump up towards the side, but Tholdren is there. They're not going to be able to get the chase up any further, and Fenerbahce and HKA disengage.
That ulti
back of the pimp means you take more damage. Godquai perhaps looking for engage. They don't know that Frozen is there. Riris is in the mid lane, has the hero's entrance. Knocked back. Frozen jumps into Mission. The parallel conversions comes out as well in the hero's entrance, but the spear from downtown kills Mission, and now Fenerbahce Fenerbahce looking for the fight. Unified down. 2 kills already, and Fenerbahce can jump forward. You can see Pattern can taste it. You can see Frozen can taste it. And you can see HKA taste the face of Fenerbahce. They're going to lose 4 members, and Fenerbahce are going to go for the Baron.
They're going to go on the Baron. It's only God Quiet alive. Frozen is a god. That setup with the parallel convergence and then the ultimate afterwards. We were talking about Pattern needing to get back in this game. Frozen has been keeping him alive on life support. This is beautiful. This right here, the setup. He's been waiting in this bush. The explosive cast comes out, doesn't matter. Thaldron goes in, they only think he's there. He already prepped this onto Mission. He stuns Mission and Unified, the 2 carries, and he obliterates one with the help of Crash, the old Longzhu member, the duo. That was an insane combination there.
We've said it through the entirety of play-ins. Frozen needs to step up. That is what your key member does. That is what your carry does when it comes down to the crunch. Fenerbahce now equalize the goal. They're just to step up and make that big play.
Yeah, let's update this real quick because we're talking about Magic. This Tristana was just getting destroyed. Hold on. No. Oh my God.
He survives, though. That could be huge because the hero's edge comes out. Frozen's dead. That's a little bit of magic in the Hong Kong attitude of the Hong Kong assassins as they have killed Frozen and Crash. Thaldron now in the wrong place. Unified just unleashing hell upon Thaldron, and Thaldron has to flash away, but you don't get away from HKA as they take 3 kills in the mid lane.
And on the opposite, another brilliant fight there. We saw Frozen try to have Lightning strike twice. He gets Unified, but all of the shields come through. It's like, where is that coming from? He had the Maw pop, he had the healing come through, and he had the defense from Riri's. Incredibly, he survives that and heals back up. Frozen did not get to ulti, did not get to Zhonya's, and now they're pushing down the main base of Fenerbahce.
How quickly the tides can turn. Fenerbahce still 30 seconds on their top laner, 15 on Frozen as well. This will be an inhibitor at least. HKA,
they
though,
want
look
that one
like
seed.
They want the win. It's just a Nexus tower between them and the win, but Pattern is on the flank, and HKA accept that they shouldn't push any further. They back away from it. The gold is even now, Zyrene. The game is even. That 6-item Tristana, which can be devastating. We've seen it win a few times across the course of this game. I'm also going to just comment quickly on the fact that Pattern has reversed that CS differential. Yeah. It doesn't really matter that much.
No, early game doesn't matter. What matters is your moves. What you do right now. 5,000. It goes down so fast with the double mountain.
Frozen TP's in. Here's the Nature's Grasp.
Crash
jumps in. He steals the Baron, and now HKA need to win this fight because otherwise they've lost the game. Hong Kong attitude looking for the kill. Thaldron, a 4-man stun though with the power convergence. Frozen's in the front line. Thaldron still tanking stuff up. Here comes Pattern jumping in from the side. Kawing has to run away. Jumps in. Frozen has to jump out. Thaldron is there though, and Unified is dead.
Turkey.
And now it's all on Pattern. He manages to secure 2. That's 3 for him, and that is gonna be the #1 seed for Fenerbahce.
Pattern gets the resets, jumps forward, but the steal from Crash means that even if that doesn't go their way, they would have been able to stall, they would have been able to stay in this game, and now they're just gonna take it like you said.
Rivis has to try and defend, but I think it's just going to be last chance saloon for him. This inhibitor tower will fall so quickly, the inhibitor will go down as well, and Rivis might meet the same fate. Fenerbahce don't care about the Galio, but they should care about the minions, because those reduce the Nexus Tower's resistances. Pattern is going to pound down on it. 18 seconds on the next member of HKA. Thaldron's so tanky, will be able to tank it up, and now it looks like Fenerbahce should be able to close this out. The first seed is going to be theirs. They're going to go through to the elimination matches with an ace, with a victory over HKA. Fenerbahce, welcome to the Big Boys Club.
#1 seed, another upset over HKA, saying it wasn't a fluke. We're just close, but we're a little bit better.
Just impressive stuff from them all around. Hong Kong attitude as well, though. That has to be devastating because you led the majority of that game. You were in a dominant position coming out from laning phase, and you just weren't quite able to close it out.
They were smacking Pattern around